Hey everyone, and welcome. Sometimes learning a new language can feel like you're trying to solve this massive, complicated puzzle. Well, today we're going to hand you a key piece that can unlock a huge part of that picture. We are going to break down how to talk about your daily routine in Mandarin, and we're going to do it all by understanding just one single sentence. All right, so let's zoom in on just one powerful sentence about a morning routine. But this isn't just about waking up. This is about having a real aha moment with a core rule of Mandarin grammar that honestly is going to change the game for you when it comes to building your own sentences. Okay, here it is, our sentence for today. Try saying it with me. 我早上7点起床. This translates to, I wake up at 7 a.m. On the surface, it seems pretty simple, right? But trust me, the order of these words, that's where the magic is. This is our roadmap for the entire session. So how do we crack this code? Well, like any good piece of engineering, we've got to take it apart to see how it works. We're going to break this sentence down into its three core building blocks. Okay, first piece of the puzzle, 我. This is our subject. It's the who of the sentence. Who is doing the action? In this case, I. Easy enough, right? This is our starting point. All right, now for our second block. This is the when. Let's really unpack this phrase. 早上7点. The first part, 早上, means morning. But look closer. 早 means early, and 上 can mean on or above. So you're literally saying on the early part of the day. Then you have 7点, or 7 o'clock. And that character, 点, it literally means a dot or a point, just like a point on a clock face. So you're not just saying 7 a.m. You're saying on the early part of the day, at the 7 point. It's so descriptive. And that brings us to our final piece, the what. 起床. This is our verb, the action. And the characters themselves tell a story. The first one, 起, means to rise or to get up. The second one, 床, is the character for bed. So 起床 isn't just an abstract word for wake up. It literally means to rise from bed. The action is built right into the word. So cool. Okay, so let's recap. We have our who, 我, our when, 早上7点, and our what, 起床. Now, this is the really cool part. It's not just about what the pieces are, it's about the order they go in. This is where we uncover the fundamental blueprint of Mandarin sentence structure. It's different from English, and it is beautifully logical. And right here, this slide just lays it all out so clearly. In English, we say, I wake up, that's subject-verb, and then we tack the time on at the end, at 7 a.m. The when is almost an afterthought. But look at the Mandarin. You start with the subject, 我, but then crucially you state the time next, 早上7点. Then and only then do you say what happened, 起床. It's literally I, at 7 a.m., rise from bed. So what's the big takeaway here? It boils down to this incredibly simple but powerful rule. In Mandarin, you always have to set the context first. You establish when something is happening before you say what is happening. Think of it like a movie director. First, you set the scene. INT, bedroom, morning. And then you describe the action. So let's just lock this in with a super simple formula. We'll call it the STV blueprint. Step 1, start with your subject, the who. Step 2, state the time, the when. And step 3, you end with the verb, the what. Subject, time, verb. STV. That's it. That is the blueprint. Okay, so this isn't just some abstract grammar lesson, right? This is a tool, a very practical tool that you can start using immediately. So let's actually do that. Let's take this blueprint and build out a few more sentences for our daily schedule. Okay, look at how flexible and powerful this is. That top line, that's the one we've been working with. Now, what if we want to say I sleep at 9 p.m.? Easy. We keep our subject, 我. We just swap in the new time, 晚上9点, that's evening 9 o'clock. And the new verb, 睡觉, to sleep. Boom. The STB structure holds perfectly. What about a different person? We can change the subject to ni, which is you, pop in the time 中午10点for midday 12 o'clock, and add the verb 吃饭 to eat a meal. You, at 12 p.m., eat. It's literally like playing with Legos. The pieces change, but the way you connect them is always the same. And that right there is the absolute beauty of this system. Once you understand this STV structure, this blueprint, it becomes your foundation. It's solid. It doesn't change. All you have to do is learn new vocabulary for times and actions, and you can just plug them into this reliable structure. So, Why is this such a big deal? Why is this sentence structured this way? Well, this goes beyond just grammar. Many linguists and thinkers believe that the structure of a language can give us a fascinating little glimpse into a culture's way of thinking. And this quote really says it all. The rules of our language, the framework it gives us to build our sentences, can actually shape or reflect the framework of how we perceive the world. So I want to leave you with this question to think about. If the Mandarin language practically forces you to establish the when, the context, before you can even talk about the what, the action, what does that suggest? Could it suggest a worldview where setting the scene, providing the context, is considered absolutely essential before you even get to the main event? That the circumstances around an action are just as important as the action itself? It's a really interesting thought, isn't it?